Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to this month's edition of the Ask Mary and Pat show featuring Miss Mary Fenner and Miss Pat Boga. Hopefully by now you have this broadcast in your calendars or on your favorites list to continue to share. Once again, it's always the last Monday of the month. My name is Thomas Robertson, but everyone just calls me Duke. I am the Technology and Metrics Director for Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, which is the parent corporation of Healthy Kids Mississippi. We recognize our board chair, Jennifer Garrett, our executive director, Dr. Michael O'Miner, and our project director, Mrs. Lottie Miner. In addition to this Zoom cast, we are restreaming this evening's webinar on our Oak Hill Regional CDC and Healthy Kids Mississippi Facebook pages. Feel free to like and share on your social media pages. Also, feel free to post questions or comments in the Zoom chat or in the social media comments. We will do our best to respond to each and every one of those questions that you may have. Before our hosts come on, we want to make an announcement, and we will also make this announcement later on in the broadcast. But our next Ask Mary and Pat show will be May 23rd at 6 p.m. We usually have this scheduled every last Monday of the month, but since next month is Memorial Day, we're going to make sure you guys enjoy your holiday. So please make sure you put that in your calendars, May 23rd at 6 p.m. And now I believe I've taken up enough time, so I'm going to turn it over to the host of the show, Ms. Mary Fenner and Ms. Pat Boga. Ladies, you may take it away.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mary Fenner, and I'm one of the Medicaid assistants with Healthy Kids Mississippi. And myself and Pat Boga, we're going to answer some questions that you guys have for us. So any questions that you may have, you can put it into the chat or so that we can see and we can try to answer them to the best of our abilities. And if we can't answer tonight, we will find the answer for you and post it on our Healthy Kids Mississippi webpage.
Good evening. This is Pat Boga, and I am a sister and navigator with Healthy Kids Mississippi and Get Covered Mississippi. And we're delighted to have you join us for this month's edition of Ask Mary and Pat, and we are ready. So, Sister Venner, I'll go ahead and kick it off. We do have some questions, and of course, we're going to complete a review. Well, not complete a review because we can't go back as far as we have as far as the questions for Ask Mary and Pat. But some of the commonly asked questions will start off with, how do I apply for Medicaid for my children? Okay. And answer, you may find your local Medicaid office and apply, or you may apply for Medicaid or CHIP with an assistant with Healthy Kids Mississippi at Oak Hill Regional Community Development Center. All you have to do is call 662-298-3584, and we will assist you.
Okay. Another question we have is, my husband and I are employed. Can we still apply for Medicaid or CHIP for our kids? And the answer is, you can still apply. There is an income limit, but apply anyway. That's the only way you'll know if you are within that income limit. And if you're not eligible for any of those programs, we do have programs. The Affordable Care Act is one. Also, the federal qualified medical centers that we can refer you to.
Yes. Okay, let me see. What else do we have here? Is there a limit on the amount of time my child or children can remain on Medicaid CHIP? Okay, Medicaid or CHIP. Okay, and the answer to that question is, your child can stay covered as long as they qualify. Okay, as long as they qualify, they can be on Medicaid or CHIP.
Okay, we have another question here. How do I know when it's time to renew my Medicaid or CHIP? One way that you would know is that the Medicaid office will contact to let you know it's time to renew your coverage. If you know your renewal month, an assistant with Healthy Kids Mississippi can assist you with applying for Medicaid or CHIP renewal as well. So we're there to help you. If you know that it's time for you to renew in June, you can let us know, contact us, and we can assist you with doing the renewal over the phone.
Right. And if we completed your application on last year, one of their sisters with Healthy Kids in Mississippi, or if we did your renewal last year, we can also, we will be contacting you as well to let you know that it's time for it to be completed again. And we can do that.
Right. All you have to do is give us a call at 662-298-3584, and someone be available to help you regardless of where you live in the state of Mississippi. We have sisters over the entire state. Wow. So if you're not necessarily in our area, Hernando area or Holly Spring area, we have other sisters as well.
Okay.
Okay.
There's another question. Sister Finner, it says, can I have private health insurance and Medicaid on my child? Okay. The answer is yes. The service provider will have to bill your insurance first, then Medicaid. But you cannot have CHIP and private insurance, though. Just remember that you can have Medicaid and private insurance together, but you cannot have CHIP and private insurance together. So it's one or the other.
Right. Okay. I have pregnancy Medicaid. Can I see a dentist? Well, no, not actually, because pregnancy Medicaid covers just that, your pregnancies or any issues you may have with your pregnancies. And you are allowed services up to 2 months after the birth of your baby. And if you're on pregnancy Medicaid, your child would be automatically put on Medicaid.
Right. And we do know, as former employees of Medicaid, Sister Finner, we have witnessed that when a young woman gets pregnant, I'll say 7 times out of 10, you're gonna start having some toothaches. And we've always been contacted. The person asks, can I go to the dentist? I've got a bad toothache. But no, you can't. Well, Medicaid won't cover it.
Right,
Medicaid won't cover it.
right. But there are some places that you can go with reduced fees.
Yes.
If you want to know, you can contact our office and we can let you know of some of the places that you can go for reduced fees.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, our next question. When can I apply for Medicaid CHIP? Is there a certain time of the year I need to apply? Well, you can apply for Medicaid or CHIP anytime. There's no enrollment period. You can apply any time for Medicaid or CHIP. If you were cut off because you didn't turn in all your information and instead of them approving you, you got denied because they still needed more information, you can submit that information, get approved, or you can do a new application if that's what's required and still be able to get approved for Medicaid. So there's no set time, there's no limit. If you got denied 1 month, you can apply the next day or the next month again to see if you're eligible for Medicaid now.
Right. And of course, the Medicaid office, you can go there any day of the week that they're open. But with Healthy Kids Mississippi, how many days can they come to us, Mary, within a year?
How many days they can come to us to help them with getting assistance?
Apply. Yes.
Anytime. Anytime within a year, you can come to us and we can assist you at any time.
And that's right. Any day. 365 days of the year.
Right.
Saturday, Sunday.
Anytime. Right.
Okay.
There's a question in the chat.
Okay.
It said, can you all assist with finding coverage when a child has been denied for Medicaid and CHIP? We can assist with finding coverage for that person if the child has been denied. And if they've been denied because they forgot to turn in some required information, we can help you with turning in that required information. If they got denied because they were over the income limit, then we can help you find coverage for your child through some other services like the Affordable Care Act or at the federally qualified medical centers that we can help you with those things. If you can call our office and let us know why your child was denied, and we can go from there, even if we have to contact the Medicaid office ourselves to try to find out why. Do they need to turn in more paperwork that they didn't turn in their finance? And a lot of times it's because they didn't turn in proof of income. That's the number one reason why a person may get denied. And most of the time, if you just turn that, if it's in a certain length of time, if you turn in that proof of income, then your case will be reconsidered, because that's the only thing that they would need will be the proof of income.
Yes, and if you have 2 check stubs within the month, you have to turn in both. You have to turn in both, not just one of them. Okay, and Sister Brenda Wilson has a question. What are some of the factors that may affect one's continued participation in Medicaid or CHIPS? Okay. Now, as Sister Finner just stated, now, if your income increases, if it goes, when you first applied and became eligible according to the income that you reported, now, if that income changes, if it goes up and it goes above the income limit, now that will affect your continued participation.
Also, if you don't turn in the required information if you didn't move and you
Oh, yeah.
didn't submit a new address. If they can't locate you, or if, say, for instance, your child was on the CHIP program and you have insurance on your child through your job, that'll be one reason why the CHIP will be discontinued, because you can't have CHIP and private insurance at the same time.
Right. And if your Medicaid specialist sends you a renewal letter and you don't respond within the time limit or within that time period, your Medicaid or CHIP could be canceled.
Right, right. They don't forward mail. So if they send you some mail, and say, for instance, you thinking, well, I got my mail forwarded through the post office.
Right.
Medicaid does not, they do a do not forward. So that
Right.
means if your address has changed and you have not reported it to them, your mail will get sent back to them, and then you would get cut off. Your child would get cut
Right.
off. So you have to make sure that you, when you move, change phone numbers and all of that, just make sure you submit the information to the Medicaid office.
Right. Be sure and let them know. Okay, now there's a question. I'm 26 years old and won't be able to receive insurance coverage under my parents' policies anymore, insurance policies anymore. Okay. I'm not able to receive Medicaid because I don't have children and I'm not pregnant. What do I do now? Now that's a good question. Very good question. You can apply for affordable health care insurance through ACA under the special enrollment period if your insurance has been terminated. And of course, if you qualify, you will be able to get health insurance through that special enrollment period of ACA.
But just realize you have to have an income in order to qualify for ACA. So if you're working, or even if your parents are working and they're still covering you on their taxes, then you can apply for insurance through the Affordable Care Act. It's best to call our office, and we have specialists there that work specifically with the Affordable Care Act that can answer your questions. So just give us a call and we can be able to assist you.
Yes. So be sure to take that number down. Again, it's 662-298-3584.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Okay, yes. We have, my child is 19 years old now, but her Medicaid has been extended through something the Medicaid calls COVID-19 Medicaid. I don't want COVID-19 Medicaid. I want full Medicaid coverage for my child. Well, the COVID-19 Medicaid is Medicaid issued to Medicaid beneficiaries through the public health emergency that has been enforced since COVID-19. And it's just like regular Medicaid. It's just that they're extending the Medicaid. They're not cutting you off because of COVID, because of how COVID-19 has affected so many people. They're letting you just continue, because normally once you turn 19 and you don't have any children, you're not eligible for Medicaid. So they're actually extending it. So that's a good thing. But due to the decrease in numbers of COVID, the public health emergency can be canceled at any time. So your child's Medicaid will be terminated at that time. But you will receive a notice from Medicaid before it's canceled. After that time, you can apply through the special enrollment period through the ACA program. Okay, the Affordable Care Act.
Yes, so just keep in mind it's not because you had COVID. It's just due to the public health emergency. It's been extended. Okay. I have another question. I took my son to a dentist a few months ago and presented his new Medicaid card for payment of services provided that day. He previously had health insurance coverage through my job, but I left that job and the insurance was canceled before I took him to the doctor. I recently received a bill for $200 from the service provider stating they billed his previous insurance and they did not pay. They failed to file through his Medicaid. What do I need to do? Okay. Now, what you'll need to do is contact the provider and ask them to file the Medicaid. Okay. You may also contact the Division of Medicaid, 1-800-421-2408 or 601-359-3789 for support of this matter.
All right. Just let them know that your child was on Medicaid at that time, and they need to file a bill with Medicaid so that Medicaid can pay for the services.
Mhm.
And if there's still some issue with it, you need to call the 800 number so that they can settle it for you. But it's just a matter of letting them know that you now have, the child now has Medicaid.
Yes, and this person was stating that they let them know at the time of service. And of course, for some reason, they didn't file the Medicaid. They may not have put the number in the system. You never know.
And sometimes that happens.
Yes.
If they're used to receiving one type of insurance card from you, then they may just automatically just bill that insurance instead of billing Medicaid. So if you just let them know and then let the Medicaid office know as well that you received the bill. Okay, my child's date of birth is incorrect on his Medicaid card. Who do I contact to correct it? The best person to contact is your Medicaid specialist. Let them know that the date of birth is incorrect and it's a matter of them going into the system and changing it. That's all they need to do is just correct the date of birth.
Mhm.
And that's a simple fix.
Yes. Yeah, it's, we hear that, we've heard that often. Either the date of birth is incorrect or sometimes the gender.
Right. A lot of times it's a gender. Sometimes the gender is incorrect.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and that needs to be changed as well.
Right.
Mm.
Right. They can take care of it.
Yes, they will.
Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? The public health emergency has been extended, and my child was previously denied coverage because of my income, but is still covered under the public health emergency. How long will this last? Okay. You will be notified by Medicaid at least 60 days before termination, allowing you time to get other coverage. You may contact a navigator with Oak Hill Regional Community Development to apply for the special enrollment period to see if you qualify for insurance coverage through ACA. But right now, we don't know. This is being discussed because the numbers were supposedly, the numbers dropped as far as COVID. But again, there is another variant that is out already. So we don't know what's going to happen. So make sure that you stay in touch. Well, the main thing is make sure you watch your mail.
Yes.
Check your mail. And if you get a letter from the Division of Medicaid, open it and please read it, because you could get a notice at any time saying that the public health emergency has ended. And we want you to be prepared in case you get caught up in that. We want to make sure that, well, you'll get a 60-day notice anyway, so you will have time to contact a navigator with Oak Hill Regional Community Development to apply for the special enrollment period through ACA.
Or you may be able to still be qualified for Medicaid. If they let you know that the public health emergency is ending, then you need to put in an application to Medicaid and see if you can get continued services through
That's right.
Medicaid, as long as you're not 19, because once you turn 19, the only reason why you're eligible now is through the public health emergency.
Right.
But if you're younger, or if it's like income at that particular time, maybe they would have cut you off because your income high. Because a lot of people were getting COVID income. They were getting paid extra because of COVID-19. But now those checks are not as high as they were before. So
Right.
now you may be eligible because of your regular income. So if you get a letter stating that you were extended because of COVID-19 Medicaid, and they're letting you know that it's about to end, then you can put in an application again with your new income to see if you're
Right.
eligible for Medicaid now.
Yeah, that's right, because a lot of people receive the extra supplement for
Right.
unemployment, and your unemployment may have been terminated, or you may have lost your job. So it's best to, during that time, reapply for Medicaid as well.
Right. Okay. What do I do if I want to
So do you
cancel
have
my
any other
children's
questions?
Medicaid? You said what?
Okay.
Okay. What do I do if I want to cancel my children's Medicaid because I have moved to another state? Well, if you want to cancel, you have to call your specialist and let them know that you're moving, and they have to have your new address just to verify everything. And then your Medicaid will be canceled within 30 days. Just call the office and let them know that you're moving and where you're moving to. Because if you're moving to another state and you need Medicaid assistance in that state, your Medicaid has to be terminated before you're allowed to get any other Medicaid in other states. So you do need to get it terminated. A lot of people, well, some people move from Tennessee to Mississippi, so they have to contact Tennessee and let them know I'm no longer living in Tennessee. And then you can apply for Medicaid. As soon as you move, you can apply, but you need to make sure you terminate your Tennessee Medicaid, if that's the case, of whatever state you're moving from, to let them know that you're no longer living in that state, so that you won't get charged any type of penalty or fine or something, because it happens. So you
Right.
please need to let them know, so that even if you move from Mississippi to another state, you just need to let Mississippi, your Medicaid specialist, know that you're no longer living in Mississippi, so it can get terminated.
Right. Because if you're living in Tennessee and they find out that you have Mississippi Medicaid, there very well will be a penalty if they find out.
Some of those penalties are
Harsh.
harsh, right? So please let them know.
Yes.
Now, if you move from one county to another county,
Hmm.
all you need to do is contact the worker so that they will transfer your case, or you can let the new county know that I have an address, here's my address, and they will transfer your case to the office. If you move from DeSoto to Panola, well, that's the same office. Or from Panola to Marshall County, then that's two different offices. So you just need to let them know, let your new office know, this is my new address, and I'm living here now, and they will request a case for you to be transferred to that new county.
Okay. And there's another question. I'm working now, and I've decided that I just want to get private insurance coverage for my kids rather than continue to keep the Medicaid. Okay. Now you can keep the Medicaid. There's no problem. Well, if you report your income and if your income is over the limit, now that's going to be the determining factor. But if you still qualify, you can keep the Medicaid. But if you decide that you want to, if your job offers insurance and you'll be eligible to, sign your children up for the private insurance, you can do that. But just again, we encourage you to contact your Medicaid specialist and just let them know. And they may have to have it in writing. So make sure that you contact your Medicaid specialist.
Right. Yes, and they may request a copy of that insurance card as well,
Yes.
your private insurance coverage, because some people can be on private insurance and still have Medicaid. You just can't have CHIP, but you can still have Medicaid if your income is still under that particular limit. Then you can still have Medicaid and private insurance. You can have that. So, and I know we've talked about this before, and we want to emphasize it. We can't emphasize it enough that if you move, please let them know your new address. We were talking about it earlier, but we want to reemphasize that if they send something to your house and you went through the post office and had your address changed at the post office, but you didn't let the Medicaid office know, that mail will be returned to Medicaid. And they sent a list of names of people who have moved, and the Medicaid office has to terminate you because they don't have your new address. Now they can call and see what your new address is, but sometimes people change their phone numbers too. So
That's
they
right.
can't get in contact you. So then your child is going to be terminated because they can't reach you. So it's important that you give them your numbers, your phone numbers, and also your address, because we want the children to stay on Medicaid.
Right.
And it's so important for health reasons for them to have access to health services. So we really want them to be able to attain those services and to keep them from 1 year to the next. We don't want you to have to go through every year having to reapply because something happened and they were denied. So if you stay on top of everything, then it'll
Right.
go from 1 year to the next.
That's right. We can't emphasize that enough, because oftentimes when a person applies, we ask them, do they know their renewal date? Some may say they know their renewal month, and quite a few may say they don't. So we just encourage you to just, as Sister Finner said, just stay on top of things when it comes to your children's health insurance coverage through Medicaid, because it's very important. We've gone through a whole pandemic, a pandemic for 2 years, and some may have been fortunate enough to, not get COVID, but some haven't. And then some have other illnesses that, they really need this insurance coverage. And so we'd rather for you to have it than not have it when you need it.
Right. And also for preventive services, that they can make sure you can stay on top of them so that they won't get sick,
Yes.
that they have their physical once a year, and that's included with Medicaid.
Right.
So it's good for preventive services as
Right.
well.
Dental checks, vision.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. And there's a question in the chat.
Okay. Okay, I can only see part of it, but it's
Okay, I can see it. What if I can get in touch? What if I can't get in touch with my caseworker? No one answering the phone calls, or caseworker won't return any calls, I'm trying to let them know I moved out of state. Will you ladies be able to assist me? We can. We can assist you with that. If you need for your case to be closed and you can't get in touch with your caseworker, maybe we can try to get in touch with caseworker for you and let them know, but they still will have to talk to you and get the okay from you stating that you're no longer living in Mississippi. But another thing you can do, you can write a note.
Write a note.
And sign it, date it, put your phone number on there, your new address and everything on there. And if you don't have time to take it to the Medicaid office, we can take it there for you and drop it off so that they can see that you have moved, because you don't want that to stay with you when you go to another state. You really don't. And you need Medicaid at that particular state. You do want to be able to get assistance someplace else. So if whatever we can help, we will. If we have to try to contact the caseworker for you, we actually cannot put the information in for you. You actually have to do it yourself. But we can contact them and let them know that you're trying to contact them. Or you can write a letter and we can deliver it for you. Just make sure you sign it, date it, and put your new numbers and your new address out there so they can call you to verify the information. Or you can call the 800 number, which is 800-421-2408, and let them know. That's the main office in Jackson. And let them know that you've been trying to contact your caseworker, but all you want to do is report that you're leaving the state. And you can give them the information and they will put it in for you.
Right. And again, just an overview of what we have already gone over. You don't have to look too far to apply. You don't have to worry about, for instance, on a Saturday, and we hear from a lot of consumers that aren't able to take off from work. It's hard, you lose points or days or what have you, to take off for an hour or so to go and apply in person at the Medicaid office. So you can contact us and we can complete the application with you over the phone and submit it. And then all you will be responsible for is making sure that your income verifications and any other documents you need, the Medicaid requires, to make sure you get those in. And we can, again, Assistant Finner said, we can assist you with that. We can, if you can't get them there, we don't mind dropping them off for you. So we want to make sure that you just stay on top of your health care and your children's. Okay.
Are there any more questions?
While we wait for any more questions, we're going to do a quick commercial break. We're going to show our video.
Okay.
There are Mississippians applying for health insurance that may not qualify for a program. However, we all know it is important for families to have health insurance. This is why Healthy Kids Mississippi has been working with our state's federally qualified community health centers, or FQCHC, to help our fellow citizens find a medical home. Our organization is focused on raising public awareness about health coverage options for children and their parents through the Medicaid and Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, in the state of Mississippi. Our process is simple. Our organization's assisters seek out Mississippians. Once our assisters gather the necessary information from the consumer, they apply for insurance programs on behalf of them when consent is given. When the application process is complete, the applicant will find out by mail if their application has been approved. We want to help as many families in Mississippi as we can. To learn more about our organization, please visit us on our website, healthykidsms.org, or give us a call at 662-298-3584. We welcome you.
Thank you, Duke. And again, if you have any questions, you can post them in the chat, or if you're on Facebook Live, just post them in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them. But we do thank you so much for tuning in for this month's edition of Ask Mary and Pat.
I don't have
See
any
it.
comments in the Facebook Live feed.
Okay. You said there's a comment or question?
Oh no, ma'am. I don't. Well, let me check one more time. No, ma'am. There's no more questions in the on the Facebook Live.
Okay. I want to thank everyone for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks again for being such great hosts, Ms. Fenner and Ms. Boga. You guys do an exceptional job each and every month on getting these questions in. And our jobs are just about trying to change the stigma about people only needing coverage for when they are sick.
Right.
Good to have coverage to get those preventive services to prevent you from getting sick in the long run.
Right.
That's a lot of times what I've been stressing around here lately. So don't wait until you're sick to go to the doctor. It's good to get those annual checkups.
Exactly.
And if you have the insurance, sometimes it could be as low as just paying a copay. And sometimes your prescription drugs could be at $0. So it's good to get just to change the stigma, especially around here in Mississippi, where
Right.
a lot of people love to downgrade us because
That's true.
we're just
That's true.
a country state. So we want to make sure that we continue to improve everyday life in the state of Mississippi.
Exactly.
But again, thanks again, ladies, for such a marvelous job. We want to remind everyone that the next Mary and Pat show will be May 23rd, at 6 p.m. And if you would like to learn more about us, you can visit our website, www.okhillregionalcdc.com, as well as www.healthykidsms.org. You can contact our office at 662-298-3584, or you can even text us at 662-689-9712. And for the contact information for Ms. Fenner, could you drop your contact information? We'll just say your contact information just in case someone may want to call.
Okay, you can contact me at 662-298-3584, extension 107.
Again,
Or you can call me on my cell, which is 662-604-3361.
Okay, you can reach me at 662-298-3584, extension 109, or you can reach me on my cell at 901-292-0698. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
and if anyone has any questions about Medicaid, CHIP, ACA, or anything about health insurance, these two ladies will be gladly to assist you. I've called them a few times about people who need insurance, and I'm just shipping right off to Ms. Fenner or shipping right off to Ms. Boga. So,
Right.
Thank you.
and once again, we acknowledge our board chair, Jennifer Garrett, our executive director, Dr. Michael O'Miner, and our project director, Mrs. Lottie Miner. This has been a production of Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, belonging, building, and bridging in the Mid-South region and across the state of Mississippi. Have a good evening, everyone.